Matthew chapter 12 says this. Now, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, it roams through waterless, that's dry, arid places in search of rest, but it does not find it. Verse 44. Then it says, I will return to mine house from which I came, and when it arrives, it finds the place unoccupied, swept, and put in order. Then it goes and brings with it seven other spirits more wicked than itself, and they go in and make their home there. And the last condition of that man becomes worse than the first, so will it also be with this wicked generation. What does that mean? You may be plagued with some type of spirit, a spirit of lust, a spirit of pride, a spirit of selfishness, whatever that spirit is. And you go to Jesus, you call on Jesus, and guess what? That spirit has to flee. Submit thyself unto God, resist the devil, and he will flee. You've submitted to God, you've resisted the devil, and he has to flee. He has to leave out of his house, your mind, your body, right? So he roams about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And when he can't find anything, he tells himself he's going to go back to his house. He put a claim on you. And when he comes, he finds your house, your mind, unoccupied, swept, and put in order. Let's look at what that says in the King James Version. The King James Version of that verse says, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Garnished means put in order. Go back to the Amplified Bible. He finds the place unoccupied, swept, and put in order. What does that mean? We've all searched for an apartment or searched for a house, and the house is empty, right? Your house that was once occupied by that spirit of lust, that spirit of selfishness, that spirit of pride, whatever that spirit was, he goes back to you and he finds it swept. You've cleaned up some of the areas in your life. It's put in order. You have things set up in order the way they're supposed to be. But he finds it unoccupied, meaning you've come to Jesus. You've done enough for Jesus to change your life, but you're not surrendering to Jesus every day so that he can occupy your heart. You're resisting his instructions, you're resisting his inspiration. You're resisting his pulling, you're resisting his leading. So when the demon goes back to you and looks into the windows of your heart, the windows of your mind, he sees it clean because he's not in there, but he also sees it unoccupied because Jesus isn't in there either. So what does he do? He goes and gets seven other demons more wicked than himself. Now, he was in there, so it don't take seven demons to get into you. However, because you're clean, because you've been swept, you may put up some resistance because Jesus did the cleaning. But since it's unoccupied, it's empty, and Jesus isn't in there, he goes and gets seven other demons, spirits more wicked than himself, so that their re entrance will be smooth, will be effortless. That whatever resistance that you think you can put up, because some of us think that we can fight the devil on our own, but he goes and gets seven other spirits more evil, more wicked than himself, and they force their way back in. Whatever resistance you can put up, they're going to get past that. And when they get in, the last condition that you'll find yourself in is far worse than it was when you just had that one spirit in you. Because now, instead of you resisting that one spirit to submitting to God to get that one spirit out, now you've got to fight to submit to God against seven evil spirits. This is what that verse means. I pray to God that we all submit to God, give our hearts to God, and so that our house will be swept and put in order, but occupied by the Lord Jesus Christ.